Welcome to the eSports Show, where we give you up-to-date information on the scene every 2 weeks. Or so. Today in the show we've got OM Mortis Whitebeard becomes OM Pirates, Unite Gaming's hunting for a World of Tanks team, Mousebots signed the Polish team Lemming Train, and pro players' opinions on the 8.4 changes to the VK2801. A pro tip from Nick Lemos from Meet Your Makers. In league and tournament news, we cover the latest from the European Pro League, the imminent end of the first season of A-Series, the drama of Go for What 103, and the recent Nvidia announcement. OM Whitebeard is not a part of the OM Mortis community anymore. OM Mortis were best known in 2012, where they reached the semi-finals of Earl Steel. However, not many know that OM Mortis has many teams like OMV and OMX, but one of the best known was OMW, or Whitebeard. It was these Whitebeard chaps who were winning everything in Europe during 2012, including being the highest achieving European team at Earl Steel. Recently, OM Whitebeard split from the OM Mortis community to reform as Pirates. Although because of their track record, they want to keep the name. So don't get confused, guys. One of the strongest European teams, OM Pirates, have nothing to do with OM Mortis community anymore. The sponsorships are starting to come thick and fast for World of Tanks esports teams. Unite Gaming are openly searching for teams like the Finnish team Spale, as seen on Twitter. Unite's Gaming Reserve team page is also a big giveaway. As far as we know, no agreement has come to pass between Unite Gaming and anyone, so if you don't want to be overlooked, put in the performances and prove your worth. Sponsors are looking for you. The Polish team Lemming Train have been noticed. Taking first place at CeBIT Germany has given them enough reputation to receive an offer from Mousebots. Lemming Train has accepted the sponsorship deal and has now become Mousebots, the first professional Polish team for World of Tanks. With the first Pro League starting soon, we can only guess this sort of event will become even more commonplace. Update 8.4 brought us many changes. One that affects the esports scenes a lot is the tier move for the VK2801. We asked the pros on how that affects their setups.
V-Key before the patch was obviously overpowered. Now after the patch came, the tank accelerates slower but rest stayed almost the same, so it's not nerfed so much. That is why we were still able to see it in lineups, but there won't be any more games with 3 V-Keys on one side. Puzzling, Lemming Train. V-Key usable on several specific tactics, but much less than before. Specific tactic means using Tier 2 or 3 arty because of point change. And in my opinion, it lost its charm because V-Key can die really easy, and losing it means 6 points. Previously, you could use them in pair for more damage in team. Now that is obviously not an option. In my opinion, we will see it much less than before. Ridiculous nerf if you ask me. Still Mojo, Kazna Crew. I don't think the actual nerf makes much of a difference performance-wise, but +1 tier is the bigger factor in limiting its usefulness. You could maybe do setups like SU-26 plus V-Key plus 4 tier 8 on small maps, or V-Key plus T-52 plus GW Panther plus 3 tier 8 on open ones. But recently, I've seen it used on very few occasions. We're planning on trying some of those setups, at least in trainings. Eurofish, Spale.
How do you get better? Well, you ask some pros. We've done this for you in our pro tip section.
Hi, my name is Nick Lemos. I'm a member of Meet Your Makers, and today I will teach you how to play the T1 in the 7.42 format. T1 tanks are usually used with a 20mm gun with 41mm of penetration. The armor of this tank is only 10mm thick, and that is why it can be damaged from practically any angle. The effective shooting distance is about 360 meters. Shells shot from a bigger distance do not reach their target. I recommend shooting continuous bursts. There is no need to stop and aim. The fire is closely grouped anyway. The main function of the T1 is, undoubtedly, scouting. If you are not hiding in the bush, try to scout by backing out of cover and showing half of your hull. It is better to move with your sniper mode switched on and aimed at the place where your enemy might appear. If the light is on but you can't see anyone, it means you've been detected by a higher tier tank. Even if you are unable to hide, this information will be useful for your team. Your main enemies are other T1 and, more rarely, T2 tanks. It is very important to stay alive in a battle versus them and, ideally, to destroy them. When you encounter an enemy scout that isn't aiming at you, do not hesitate to shoot. Even if it has almost turned its turret, start firing. As soon as the enemy aims at you, shoot for another second, and then go back into cover. Of course, if an enemy is already aiming at you, don't engage. If you are hiding behind a bush and a T1 approaches you but doesn't detect you, let it come between 100 to 150 meters. Then you will certainly be able to destroy it in one burst. At a bigger distance, it would be less possible. If enemy T1 is reloading, it is unable to do anything for 10 seconds. In close combat, this is enough time to approach it and destroy it. Speaking about other tanks, you can penetrate any French vehicles from their sides and rear. Other heavy tanks are invincible for the T1, but 2 bursts are enough to cut their tracks. We recommend you to shoot at the wheels. It is important to know if you want to reset a capture. If possible, scout the enemies from behind the bushes, then back out 15 meters and shoot. Remember that other tanks can fire at you randomly, and that is why it is better to change your position. If you are able to penetrate the enemy tanks and there are no bushes nearby, wait for the cap counter to get high before resetting, as you won't get a second chance. Do not underestimate the T1. This small tank can influence the game a lot. I'm Nick Lemos. See you.
The European Pro League has 6 qualified teams already: Lemming Train, Spale, Zavasa, Kaznakru, OM Pirates and Meet Your Makers. For the last 6 slots, we're just waiting on the end of the A Series and Go For What, where the top 3 from both will be joining this quality lineup. From the East, teams Virtus Pro and Synergy are invading. As the A Series will come to a close Saturday the 30th, we'll soon see who qualifies for the Pro League. Top contenders to finish at the top are Synergy, Alpha and the Rolling Goats. So every game counts and things are so tight for claiming the top spot, it's anyone's guess who would finish where. Remember, A Series Season 2 will be used as qualifiers for the European Pro League Season 2. Go For What 103 ran this Sunday with surprising results.
Go For What is played on the European cluster every week, where over 256 teams play in this open registration tournament for a prize pool total of €1,400 and 407,000 gold. First place winnings is €400.
Teams exited from Go For What early last week. Lemming Train, Kaznakru, Zavasa, Meet Your Makers, Evil Panda Squad, the Red Rush Unity, OM Pirates and Virtus Pro all were knocked out before the quarterfinals. There, Finnish favourite Spale lost to French team Canards d'Acia, who took 4th place. Synergy lost to Huns underdog, giving them 3rd, which left the finals being Kaznakru's bloody stupid, hopelessly incapable Tards defeating the underdogs to take home victory. Nvidia have announced their World of Tanks International Open, a free tournament with a prize pool of $100,000 for teams of all skill levels. The winning teams from the 5 regional championships, that's China, Asia Pacific, the Americas, Europe and Russia, will be flown to compete at the grand finals, but details are yet to be confirmed. The team registration opened on the 28th, so go to esports.geforce.com for details on how to apply. That's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.